So after my last Ratatouille theory, people had some questions regarding my timeline, and of course I made the promise to delve into the mysteries of the rats. But maybe the rat concept will be for another day, because today I want to explain an alternate route to my whole video. Hello, I am the Theorizer, and this is probably my favorite theory which I've ever made. But there was something incomplete about it. I want to clear a few things up. This timeline I presented at the end was not accurate, and it wasn't meant to be. It was just to put everything into perspective. It could vary by 20 years or so, and still work in many ways. People were telling me how Gusteau died only a couple of years prior to the main film, and how that totally fractured my timeline, but it doesn't. As I said, it's extremely variable. But then, I got comments from a few people, and they mentioned something so interesting. Now, I had pondered over this point when editing the video, but I didn't really take it anywhere, as I'd already set in stone the concept of father and son. But when these people said that they could be brothers, I felt like hopping back on the concept, and since I'm now making a part 2, I figured I'd bring back my ideas on this. So Gusteau and Ego can very well be brothers. It fits the fractured timeline even better than before. It makes even more sense when dealing with how the mother would favor one over the other, and the fighting and competition between brothers is far more believable than a father and son food battling to death, and literally every single point I made in that original video can be summed up by this as well. Now, we see no evidence in the old woman's house to say that Gusteau was another son, but we do see that person who I mentioned to be Mabel's husband, who looks strikingly like Gusteau, but not exactly, which is why I believe it to be far more likely that this is Ego and Gusteau's father. This is just getting deeper and deeper. This thread of comments specifically nails it. Everybody who participated in it had excellent ideas. This person pointed out how Gusteau said that the Ratatouille recipe was a disaster and how it could have been because he was trying to replicate his mother's original recipe, and that was why he was excited when Remy nailed it. This person also identified how the motto, "anyone can cook," could also apply to them being brothers, as Mabel and Gusteau could have been fantastic chefs, but Ego didn't fit in. This also makes sense as to why he may name himself Ego after how he saw his family. It makes sense as to why he may hold resentment, and also why Mabel is constantly obsessing over her dead son, something much more likely than a heartbreaking hubby. The fact that Ego didn't really know who Linguini was in the movie was the only real thing that debunked my older theory, but this here makes total sense, as well as the fact that Ego has a British accent. He left them and moved away to England, perhaps? Linguini's American accent is of course due to the fact that his mother likely didn't raise him in France. I mean, French clearly isn't his first language. I was initially planning to tie Renata into being Emma Jean from my Inside Out theory, as the "wishing you were here" statement could imply France, but that would make things a little too mind-blowing. And again, there were many of you saying how the houses were coincidentally the same, but they are not coincidental. Some of the reused models, okay, but the silhouette concept of the old woman watching the show and the literally identical house, from the vines around the door to the rock wall to the everything, proves it to be more likely than not. So yeah, sorry this is very short, but I really wanted to finally put a successful close on this theory. As far as the rat concept goes, maybe that'll be for another day, as there isn't a whole lot of evidence to say a whole lot of things, but I kind of just wanted to share this alternate route to the Gusteau theory, as I think it's far more likely that they're brothers, rather than father and son. See you soon. Lily, get off. Lily, get off. No. Oh my god. It's gonna make a great blooper. Oh my god, my cat. So stupid.